Today we are going to solve exam paper from May 2025, Edexcel 1C. I will explain all the questions, how to solve them with the details. Let's start. Question number 1 says, the diagram represents an atom of an element. Label the three subatomic particles on the diagram. As you know, the outer shell particles are called electrons. So this is electron, and equal to the number of electrons are protons. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 electrons. It is not an ion. So in atom, electrons are equal to protons. It must have same number of protons. So you can count here which number of particles are 5, the black one. So they are protons. And the other one, our white one, must be neutrons. So let's see the answer. So as I explained you, protons are black one, neutrons are white one, and electrons are the cross one, which are in the outer quantum shell. Next question is asking, use the information from the diagram to complete the table for this element. For mass number, you must know that it is neutrons plus protons. Group number, we understand from number of outer electrons. Count the outer electrons. It has 1 and 2. So group number must be 2. Period number, count the number of shells. Number of shells. And electronic configuration. You can see this, it is having 5 total electrons. First shell will hold 2 electrons and second will hold 3 electrons. So here, mass number, add up all the particles in the nucleus. You will get the proton plus neutron. Group number is outer electrons, which are 1 and 2 and 3. And electronic configuration is 2, 3. Give the name of this element. For this question, you have to go to periodic table, and from periodic table, check which element has 5 protons, and that is boron. You can check it from periodic table. Question number 1 is done. Let's see question number 2. A small piece of lithium is added to a trough of water. State 2 observations made when lithium reacts with water. Lithium is a group 1 metal, and all the metals from group 1 are very reactive. When you add group 1 metal in the water, it is the first element. There are some particular observation you must know whenever you add lithium into water. It makes LiOH and hydrogen gas. Because of the gas production, you will observe effervescence, bubbles. Bubbles is the visual observation. Effervescence is a fizzing sound you hear. You can write any one of them. They will not accept them as two different answers. Second, solid will dissolve, disappear, start moving, or floating over the water. So here are some observations. Effervescence, fizzing, bubbles, move, float, get smaller, or disappears. Question number B. Question number 1, 2B. What are the products of the reaction? I told you already, it will make lithium hydroxide and hydrogen. Here I discussed the products. Any group metal, group 1 metal gives the same products. So correct answer is answer A. After the reaction is complete, we are adding few drops of universal indicator to the solution in the trough. Explain the color and pH of solution in the trough. Universal indicator, It is giving blue or purple color in the alkaline solution, and because LiOH is alkaline solution, so color will be blue or purple. pH will be around 14 because 14 is strong alkaline pH. So let's see the question. Color of solution is blue or purple. pH value is from 10 to 14. They will accept any answer. As the solution is alkaline, 3 marks. You have to give 3 answers accordingly. Which form? Give the formula of ion responsible for this pH. Of course, it's alkaline pH, and alkaline pH is due to hydroxide ion or hydroxyl ion, OH negative ion. That's the answer. Lithium can be identified by using a flame test. What flame color indicates the presence of lithium ions? Let's revise few ions. Sodium ion, it gives yellow color. Potassium ion, lilac. Lithium, red. Copper, blue-green flame. Calcium, orange-red. So here you can easily choose the answer. It's red. We have finished question number 2. Let's talk about question number 3. This question they have taken from separation techniques, especially from chromatography. A student uses paper chromatography to investigate the dyes in 5 different inks. These are the names of different inks. The chromatogram shows the result of investigation. So he is choosing V, W, X, Y, and Z. Explain why the start line on the paper is drawn in pencil rather than ink. If you're using ink for chromatography paper, ink is, as you know, it's soluble in the solvent. So that's why we are choosing pencil for drawing the baseline or starting line or origin because it does not dissolve. And secondly, if you're using ink, the ink can spread out on the paper, it can smudge, and it can interfere with the results. Let's see the answer. Ink would dissolve in the solvent, pencil would not. Ink would travel, run, or smudge, which will produce spots on the chromatogram, which would interfere with the results. Pencil would not produce spots on the chromatogram, so would not interfere with the results. You can answer any one of them, this one or this one. And similarly, this one or about pencil. Explain question number B. Explain which 2 inks contain the dye that is most soluble in the solvent. You have to see which one is most, traveled most or moved further up. Let's see the chromatogram. We have seen that there are 2 dyes which have traveled the maximum distance, X and Z. So they are saying explain. If the question says explain, you must give the explanation. So X and Z because these are the dye that travel the furthest up the paper. It's so easy. Question number C, explain how the chromatogram shows that W contains only one dye. We may contain more than one dye. Let's see the W and V dye. Here we are looking that W is giving you only one spot as a result. So W is having only one dye. And V may contain more than one dye. Actually, we did not even travel. So it is showing that V is insoluble in this solvent. You have to change the solvent to look up the results. So V may contain more than one dye or maybe one dye. It depends. V has not even traveled up. It means it is insoluble. So that's the right answer. Let's see the answer. W contains only one dye because it is producing only one spot. V is insoluble. It may contain more than one dye. It has not even moved from the start line. So we are not sure about the result. Question number D. Calculate the RF value for the dye in W. These kind of question you have to give a high attention whenever the question says two significant figures. Your answer must be about two significant figures. Please make sure that you are taking care of this in the Edexcel exam papers. Because students neglect here these instructions and then they end up losing marks. RF value, how to find out? Distance traveled by spot, distance traveled by spot divided by distance traveled by solvent front by solvent front or solvent. So they are asking about W dye. How we will work out? I'll just tell you the method. This is W dye. I will measure from half of the W dye till the baseline using the scale. And then I will start from solvent front and go till the baseline. Okay. Then this value divided by the this big value. So this is how we will calculate the RF value. You have to choose the ruler here. Measurement to spot W is coming as 2.2 centimeter. Solvent front is coming 6.9 centimeter. And then by dividing, we can get the answer. So here this value is 2.2 and this value is 6.9. 2.2 divided by 6.9. We are done with question number 3. So easy. Question number 4. Calcium phosphate is an ionic compound with formula calcium phosphate Ca3PO4 twice. Total number of atoms in this formula, how to count? It has 3 calcium. Phosphorus is 2 times. Oxygen is 4 times 2, 8 times. So oxygen is 8 times. So 13. 13 is the correct answer. Yep, correct answer. What are the correct charges on ions in calcium phosphate? Calcium is from group 2, of course, 2 positive. Phosphate is polyatomic ion, and you can even understand from the formula that what is the charge of phosphate because charges are swapped, you know. So phosphate must have 3 negative charge because after swapping you will get Ca3PO4 twice. You can understand the charges from the formula itself because this 2 will come down along with phosphate and this 3 will come down along with calcium without the charges. So final answer is Ca3PO4 twice. It means this answer looks correct, answer B. Next question they are saying to calculate relative formula mass of calcium phosphate. So how to calculate MR? Calcium is 3 times, phosphorus is 2 times, oxygen is 4 times 2, 8 times. And then we will write down their AR values from periodic table, means their atomic masses from periodic table. And then we will do the calculation. Here, the AR of calcium from periodic table is 40. Phosphorus is 31. You can check periodic table. Oxygen is 16. By working out, we get 310 answer. Calculate the percentage by mass of calcium in calcium phosphate. If we see here, calcium is 3 times in the whole formula, and the whole formula molecular mass is 310. Calcium AR value, I mean atomic mass value, is 40. 40 times 3 divided by 310 times 100. And you will get the answer. So answer is 39%. In the next question, they are asking us to balance the chemical equation. Calcium hydroxide can react with phosphoric acid. It's just neutralization reaction to form calcium phosphate, which is a salt, and it will make water also. Complete the equation. For this question, first of all, let's focus calcium, which is only 1. And after the arrow, calcium is 3 times. Let's multiply here with 3. So calcium is balanced. Also here, we are done with calcium. Phosphate, PO4. The whole thing is 2 times. Let's balance them together. It will be more easier. So if I put here 2, P and O4, all they are multiplied by 2 already. Here, hydrogen is 3 times 2, 6. And also here, 3 times 2, 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. Total hydrogen before the arrow is 12. So here, we have to make it 12 times 6. If you see, every element has become balanced. Because oxygen in this compound is also 6 times. 2 multiplied by 3 is 6. And here oxygen is 6. So, and here you can write or not 1, it's okay. 1 is not compulsory to write. So this is how we will balance the chemical equation. 3216, that's the correct answer. Question number 5. The question is from organic chemistry. Butane is an alkane. Explain why butane is a saturated hydrocarbon. Hydrocarbon means which contain only hydrogen and carbon. Saturated mean the compound which has only carbon to carbon single bond. Butane contains only hydrogen and carbon atoms, and it contains only single bonds. When butane burns completely in oxygen, carbon dioxide and water are produced. Give a chemical equation for this combustion reaction. First of all, they are asking you complete combustion, which makes carbon dioxide and water. Formula of butane is C4H10 plus burning mean it reacts with oxygen, makes carbon dioxide and water. Next thing is to balance the equation. For this one, organic compounds burning or combustion always balanced carbon first, then hydrogen, and then oxygen. It's very easy and quick hint. And after that, let's balance carbon. Carbon is C4. So here we will multiply the whole compound with 4. Carbon has become balanced. Next thing, hydrogen. Hydrogen is 10. We have to make it 10 here also. So multiply by 5. Done. Now only remaining is oxygen. We will see after the arrow how many oxygen are there. 4 times 2 plus 5. 5 times 1. So total oxygen is 8 plus 5 is 13. So here we will write half of 13. Half of 13 is 7 and half. This is how we will balance the equation in fraction. And if we don't want to balance them in the fraction, we will multiply the whole equation with 2. So all the moles will become double. In that case, the butane will become 2 because we are doubling the whole equation. Oxygen will become 13. Carbon dioxide is 4. It will become 8 because we are multiplying the whole equation with 2, sorry. And water will become 10 because it's 5. So multiply by 2. 5 times 2 is 10. 2, 13, 8, 10. Let's see the answer. Correct. 2, 13, 8, 10. But they will also accept in the fractions. So you can balance in the fractions as well. Incomplete combustion can occur. Incomplete combustion can occur when oxygen supply is limited. One product is carbon monoxide. Give the name of another product. You know, the second product can be carbon, which is called soot. A blackish substance that is called soot. Why carbon monoxide is poisonous to humans? It's a very common question because, it interferes with the transport of oxygen around the body because it combines with hemoglobin, and that's why it is very poisonous to the humans. It can cause death even. Carbon monoxide reduces the capacity of blood to transport oxygen. A very easy question. Butane exists as two isomers. What is meant by the term isomers? They have the compounds which have same molecular formula but different structural formula. Learn it very carefully. Sometimes students are making it wrong way. So please be careful. This is about learning. You must understand and learn the definition. Compounds. Isomers have same molecular formula but different displayed formula. Different, you can say displayed or structure formula. Both are okay. They are saying butane exists as two isomers. Draw the displayed formula of each isomer. They are asking displayed formula, you must draw displayed formula. And what is displayed formula? Where you show all the bonds open. Showing every bond and every atom, that's called displayed formula. So this is C4H10. Let's draw a normal chain of C4H10. We have to draw 4 carbons. Complete the bonds occupied by hydrogen. You know, each carbon makes 4 bonds. This is a normal butane structure, which is a straight chain. For isomerism, we can draw the branch chain. So how to draw the branch chain? We will cut one carbon and make it as a branch here, down here. So it will look as a branch. This was a straight chain, and now we will make it as a branch chain like this by shortening the chain. So main chain will be only 3 carbon. Okay. How can we do that? We can remove this H and then we will bring the carbon here as a branch. Let's see. I will erase this. Okay, let's draw the isomer. So in the main chain, we will use three carbons now. One, two, three. And this is a branch. Now we will complete the hydrogen. Make sure each carbon is making four bonds. Not more, not less. You have to take care of this. If you focus every carbon, it is making four bonds. So this is how we will draw the two isomers of butane. Why hexane has higher boiling point than butane? As you know, hexane has longer chain, and longer chain mean it has stronger intermolecular forces and more number of electrons. That's why. That's the reason. So hexane is larger molecule, longer chain, stronger intermolecular forces between the molecules, and more energy to overcome the forces of attraction. Whenever they ask about boiling point or melting point, don't forget to mention the energy word. This is a key word. You must mention the energy. More energy is required to overcome the forces of attraction or intermolecular forces. We are done with question number 5. Question number 6. When iron rusts, iron 3 oxide forms. Two conditions. What are two conditions? Of course, oxygen and water. Without both or one of them, rusting will not happen. Oxygen and water. What is the name of process used to coat iron with zinc? Of course, that's called galvanization. That's the answer. What is the order of reactivity of these four metals? Correct order of reactivity of these four metals. Let us recall the reactivity series, which goes like potassium, sodium from group 1. They are from group 1. Calcium, magnesium from group 2. Aluminium from group 3. And then comes carbon, which is non-metal. After that, zinc, iron, tin, lead. Zinc, iron, tin, lead. Then hydrogen, and then copper, silver, gold. That's all. So we will spot the question metals. Aluminium is here, zinc is here, iron is here, and copper is least reactive metal here. We can easily put them in the order, but remember they are asking most to least reactive. Most one is aluminium, so let's cancel zinc option. We will pick up from aluminium A or B or C. Least reactive is copper, so must be from B or C. We will cancel the first option also. This is how we will first of all cancel the wrong options. Then we will see the correct option. So as we know zinc is above iron, we will pick up answer number C. Iron ions describe a test to show that a solution contains iron ions. This is a cation test, which is a positive ion test. And let's revise for some ions which give you colored PPT. Iron 2, iron 3, copper, chromium. Chromium gives green PPT, copper gives blue PPT, iron ion gives you green PPT, and iron 3 gives you red brown PPT. So here we will use alkali, which is sodium hydroxide. On adding sodium hydroxide, iron 3 will give you red brown PPT. Iron 3 gives red brown PPT. A sample of iron 3 oxide reacts with excess carbon monoxide. Equation for the reaction. Why this is a redox reaction? If you focus on the question, iron oxide is losing oxygen after the reaction, getting reduced. Carbon monoxide is becoming carbon dioxide. It is gaining oxygen, getting oxidized, and that's the reason. That is why it is a redox reaction. Iron oxide loses oxygen, it is getting reduced. Carbon monoxide gains oxygen, so it is getting oxidized. Calculate the minimum mass of iron 3 oxide needed to produce a theoretical yield of 28 gram of iron. And they gave you the MR of iron oxide.